Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Shukriah Binti Sa'ad and I am the account executive of Properties Group Berhad. I have been working in the accounting industry for 10 years and I am very delightful today to share my knowledge with our investor in this meeting. Today, my team and I will present our company segment reporting and interim reporting. Before we begin our meeting, I would like my team to introduce themselves first. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Shukriah Binti Sa'ad. I am account assistant. Previously, I have been working at F&N Holdings Berhad as accounting clerk for 2 years.
Hello everyone, my name is Shukriah Binti Sa'ad. Currently, I am employed as a junior account executive. Prior to this, I used to work for Intel, a semiconductor company. I worked as a clerk in the accounting department. Despite the fact that my prior company is completely different from this current company, but I have learned a lot of new things that have helped me better my decision-making techniques and talents. So I'm sure I will put what I have learned so far to good use for this company. Thank you for having me today.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Shukriah Binti Sa'ad. I currently work as a new accounting clerk. Before this, I worked at Sundabi Berhad for 6 years. I will contribute all my knowledge and experience to this company.
Now, I would like to share about the background of IOI Properties Group Berhad. IOI Properties Group Berhad is regarded as one of the country's major property businesses. Having a strong record in the property development industry spanning more than 3 decades, and is one of Malaysia's major property development companies with business in property development, property investment, leisure and hospitality that has more than 30,000 employees from more than 25 countries. IOI Properties Group Berhad recorded a net profit of 660.20 million for the financial year ended 30th June 2021, while in the previous year, the company recorded net profit of 504.69 million. IOI Properties Group Berhad usually closes its accounts on 30th June at the end of each year. IOI Properties Group Berhad's purpose is to be committed to sustainable agriculture and innovative products. The company's vision is to be a leading and sustainable Malaysian business corporation with global presence. Their mission is to achieve responsible and sustainable commercial success by addressing the interests of all stakeholders, caring for the community and the environment, and adopting best practices to be globally competitive. One of the many awards that IOI Properties received due to their achievements are Malaysia Green Building Council Leadership in Sustainability Awards 2020 and iProperty Development Excellence Awards 2020.
Moving on to the management approach, there are 3 factors to consider of having a segment reporting. The first factor is nature of the business. It will be identified by any activities carried out by an entity with the main objective of profit maximization. The nature of the business of IOI Properties Group Berhad has been divided into 3 categories, which are property development, property investment, hospitality and leisure. Next, the second factor is the existence of manager responsible for the activities. In operating segment, there will be a segment manager who is directly attributable to and need to maintain contacts with chief of decision maker. The last factor to have segment reporting is information presented to the board of directors. It is important to have information of segment operating as chief of decision maker will refer to the reports as it contains information regarding overall performance of each segment of the entity.
Now, I will talk about the type of segments in IOI Properties Group Berhad. IOI Properties Group Berhad has 2 types of operating segments, which consist of business segment and geographical segment. Business segment is a distinguishable component of an entity engaged in providing products and services. The primary business that is conducted under IOI Properties Group Berhad includes the property development segment, property investment segment, hospitality and leisure segment, and other segments, which comprises of project and building services and landscape services. Next is geographical segment. Geographical segment is a distinguishable component of an entity that is engaged in providing products and services within a particular economic environment. IOI Properties Group Berhad has divided their geographical segment into geographical areas and regional presence, which includes Malaysia, Singapore, Xiamen, and the People's Republic of China. For Malaysia, it consists of Penang, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, and Johor. For Singapore, it consists of Seascape, Cape Royal, Cityscape, South Beach, The Trilling, and IOI Central Boulevard Towers. Lastly, for the People's Republic of China, it consists of IOI Park Bay, IOI Palm City, and IOI Palm International Park House, all located in Xiamen.
Okay, I'm going to explain about Chief Operating Decision Maker, CODM, and its responsibilities. The CODM of IOI Properties Group Berhad, who is responsible for allocating resources and assessing performance of the operating segment, has been identified as a board of directors that makes strategic decisions. The table shows the list of Board of Directors or BOD and their position. The BOD will be responsible for the entire management of the group business in its several business divisions of property development, property investment, hospitality and leisure, and will be in charge of executing plans that produce sustainable growth for the group as CODM of IOI Properties Group Berhad. Therefore, the BOD is responsible for all the operating decisions made and has control in the management committee. For a component to be an operating segment, the financial information regarding the operating result must be reviewed by the BOD before decisions of allocating resources are made and the performance assessed.
There are two methods in identify reportable segments, which are quantitative threshold test, which is 10% threshold test, and 75% total revenue requirement. Quantitative threshold test has been divided into three tests, which are revenue basis, profit or loss basis, and asset basis. A segment can only be identified as reportable segment if they get 10% or more, and will be identified as non-reportable segment if they fail the test. 75% total revenue requirement only applicable for revenue basis. If the total external revenue is less than 75% of the entity's revenue, IOI Properties Group Berhad should identify additional segments as reportable segments even if they fail the 10% threshold test until they get at least 75%. Therefore, IOI Properties Group Berhad has chosen to identify its reportable segment and non-reportable segments by using revenue basis. This is the original segment revenue of IOI Properties Group Berhad as at 30 June 2021. By using 10% threshold test, it can be concluded that IOI Properties Group Berhad only have two reportable segments and two non-reportable segments. Hospitality and leisure and others will be combined as all other segments since they did not meet the 10% threshold test. To have four reportable segments and at least one non-reportable segment, a new adjustment has been made. Plantation and landscape segment has been added to the new segment operating, and there is a slightly change to the amount of property development. After 10% threshold test has been conducted, IOI Properties Group Berhad finally have four reportable segments and two non-reportable segments. New segmental report will be made based on the new operating segment. Therefore, it will give changes to the reportable status. By using 10% threshold test, which is revenue basis, there will be four reportable segments and two non-reportable segments. The non-reportable segment will be combined and classified as all operating segments. However, hospitality and leisure and others might be considered as reportable segments and separately disclosed if the IOI Properties Group Berhad believe that their information are useful to the financial statement even though they fail the 10% threshold test.
Now we will move on to the advantages of segment reporting. Number 1. Shareholders has an overview of the company's operations. Shareholders can get a better understanding of the company's activities by using this operating segment. This means that shareholders will be aware of the company's current status because the segmental report displays all the facts and perspectives that the management considers when making decisions, making it easier for the shareholders to track the company's progress. Number 2. Shareholders have access to information on the company's business. Shareholders have access to information about the company's operations as well. The segmental report informs investors and shareholders about the company's business procedures as well as their overall background, allowing them to access the company's performance. Number 3. Investors are informed about the company's future intentions. The company's future plans are being revealed to the investors. Investors will also be exposed to the company's future plans for lead cash flows and will have a better understanding of the company in order to make an informed decision about their investment. Number 4. Revenue accounted for separately. Each segment's revenue can also be determined separately. This is due to the fact that the company's revenue has been segregated from each component in the segmental report.
There are three disadvantages of segmental report. The first one is the possibility of losses. An entity should be prepared for losses and ready for any form of risk, such as making judgment and taking action based on short-term frames. Next, manipulation of data also might happen in preparing segmental report. This is due to the potential of the data being falsified, since the leader has more authority over the entity operating system. Besides that, misappropriation of power also might happen if the manager abuses his power, and it will give significant influence to the company's profit and image.
Okay, we move to the part B, which is MFRS 134 interim reporting. Firstly, is basis of preparation. Basis of preparation consists two methods, which are integral method and discrete method. The interim report of the IOI Properties Group Berhad is unaudited and has been prepared in accordance with MFRS 134 interim reporting and paragraph 9.22 of the main market listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad. The report should be read in conjunction with the audited financial statements of the group for the financial year ended 30 June 2021. As per MFRS 134, IOI Properties Group use discrete method for their interim financial reporting. Discrete method refers to an approach to measuring interim period income by viewing each interim period separately. The income and expenses should be recognized and measured on year-to-date basis for interim reporting. In this method, it recognizes asset, liabilities, income and expenses for interim period are same as annual financial statements.
Based on recent annual report of IOI Properties Group Berhad, the company applied cost model in accordance with MFRS 116 Property, Plant and Equipment, where the cost of property, plant and equipment is initially presented at cost less accumulated depreciation and impairment losses. The initial cost of a property, plant and equipment comprises the purchase price as well as any costs directly related to bringing the asset to the location and condition required for it to operate in the way intended by management. IOI Properties Group Berhad depreciate their properties, plant and equipment use straight line method to allocate the cost of their residual values over the estimated useful life. Freehold land has an indefinite life, hence it is not depreciation. Assets which are still under construction are only depreciated when assets are ready for their intended use. The company evaluates if there is any indication of impairment at the end of the reporting period. IOI Properties Group Berhad has stated 4 different inventories in the annual report, but with the same measurement, which is the lower of cost and net realizable value in accordance with MFRS 102 inventories. The first one, land held for property development. Second one, property development cost. Third one, completed development properties. Fourth, finished goods, raw materials and consumable stores.
Okay, next, we move to the part type of interim report prepared by the company. As a public listed company, Bursa Malaysia has encouraged them to prepare and publish interim financial reporting on a quarterly basis. IOI Properties Group Berhad has prepared a condensed financial report on their company, and the interim financial report has been prepared quarterly, starting 1st July 2020. The interim report consists of 3 months and will be prepared up to the 4th quarter, which will end similarly with the closing date of the financial reporting on 30 June 2021. As for IOI Properties Group Berhad, they has prepared an unaudited condensed consolidated statement of profit or loss, an audited condensed consolidated statement of comprehensive income, an audited condensed consolidated statement of financial position, an audited condensed consolidated statement of changes in equity, and the last one is an audited condensed consolidated statement of cash flow in their interim financial reports.
Now, before we look into period for current and comparative of statements prepared by IOI Properties Group Berhad, here is the accounting period which their financial end year is on 30th June every year. The information regards to statements is extract from their third quarter in 2021, which is from 1st January 2021 to 31st of March 2021 in accordance with MFRS 134 interim reporting. For statement of financial position, the reporting period for current interim is 3 months, that is from 1st January 2021 until 31st March 2021. And for the comparative, which is end of year, the reporting period is for 12 months, and the reporting date is from 1st July 2019 until 30th of June 2020. The statement of comprehensive income and statement of cash flow, they have the same reporting period and reporting date, which is the cumulative year to date is 9 months, which is from 1st July 2020 and 31st March 2021. And for the comparative, which is year to date, the reporting period is for 9 months also, which is from 1st July 2019 and 31st March 2020. And for the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the reporting period for current interim is 3 months, which is from 1st January 2021 until 31st March 2021. For the cumulative year to date, reporting period is 9 months, and the reporting date is from 1st July 2020 until 31st March 2021. And the comparative, the reporting period for comparative current year and year to date is 3 months and 9 months respectively. And the reporting date for comparative current year is from 1st January 2020 until 31st March 2020. And the reporting date for year to date is 1st July 2019 until 31st March 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Husna, for the explanation. And the final part of presentation, we made the adjustment for third quarter as at 31 March 2021 by using statement of financial position as at 30 June 2021. Okay, we start with first adjustment, which is depreciation. On 1st July 2020, plant and machinery is amounting to 71,345,000, and the accumulated depreciation is amounting to 48,327,000. The company depreciates all its plant and machinery using straight line method at the rate of 10% per annum on yearly basis. On 1st November 2020, company decided to dispose one of its machinery with the carrying amount of 1,500,000 for a profit of 500,000. The machine was initially purchased by the company at a cost amounting to 2,500,000. On 31st March 2021, company acquired a new machine at cost of 2 million. For the adjustment, the carrying amount for machine that has been disposed is still recognized and new machine is capitalized in plant and machinery. The cost of plant and machinery of 70,845,000 less accumulated depreciation 56,640,400 will bring carrying amount of machinery at the end of third quarter amounting 14,204,600.
We shall continue for the second adjustment, which is inventory. On 30th June 2020, IOI Properties Group Berhad has an ending inventory of RM2133507. On 30th September 2020, the cost of inventories is increased to RM2412,152 due to the completion of properties which are ready to sell. Due to the obsolescence, the net realizable is RM1954000 at 31st December 2020, and on 31st March 2021, the net realizable value is expected to increase, which resulted in RM2580,400. For the first quarter, the completion of properties shall recognize in MFRS 102 inventories as cost of inventories, which is RM2412,152 in the first quarter of statement of financial position. Second quarter, on 31st December 2020, the value of inventories should be written down to its net realizable value, RM1954000, which recognized in SOFP, and the loss of inventory amounted RM179507 should be recognized in SOPL as expenses. The third quarter, the value of inventories should be reversed up to its cost value of RM2412,152 in the statement of financial position. the previous loss of RM179,507 that have been recognized in statement of profit or loss in the second quarter should be reversed back in the third quarter of statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. After the two adjustments that have been made, which were on MFRS 116 PPE and MFRS 102 inventories, here is the result of IOI Properties Group Berhad, which have been highlighted in the abstract statement of financial position for the third quarter as at 31st March 2021. In accordance to MFRS 134 interim reporting, we are required to present in two periods, which is current interim from 1st January 2021 to 31st March 2021, and the other one is comparative from 1st July 2019 to 30th June 2020, which is immediate preceding financial year of 2020. So that's all from our team. Thank you.